goal of the Madone in its heritage has been to be the ultimate all-around race bike available. Just hands down, best thing going. What are the real problems that riders are having with really great race bikes out there today? One of them that is apparent is aerodynamic road bikes as a whole ride worse than non-aerodynamic road bikes. Before the Madone, that's a fact of bicycles. So there's your problem. We're gonna make the fastest road bike out there, but it has to ride like a Trek. It has to ride exceptionally well. It has to feel wonderful underneath you. Go solve that. We have ISO speed. Let's start sketching ideas on how it could add vertical compliance.
How are we going to get ISO speed into the aero frame and get the compliance of that traditional road bike? The tube that comes inside the frame here is a smaller tube and allows us to get that compliance that we're looking for. We're not asking this really deep section traditional seat tube to give us the deflection that we need.
Two joints, and this one flexes on the inside. So as you ride, there's just a little bit of movement that takes the edge off, but yet the bike still performs like the ultimate race bike should.
There's so much enthusiasm and belief and understanding in what ISO speed does from consumers and from our racers that you have to put it into the next product, and you're going to see ISO speed in more and more product from the ultimate race bike to other platforms that we use, because we know it works.
It requires almost no understanding of all of the technology that has gone into the bike for the rider to enjoy all of the benefits of what it is. Was it simple for us to make? Absolutely not. It definitely is the most intricate, the most designed, the most developed product that we've ever made.
The idea for the new Madone was floated to me and the other engineers here. I'll be honest, I was pretty skeptical. The Damani had been unbelievably successful, but also incredibly complex. But from what we learned with the Damani, I knew that we could eventually be very, very successful with the new Madone. The great thing about the evolution of OCLV, this has really allowed us to be able to do bikes like the Amanda and the new Madone. Without that growth, without that evolution, we would not have been able to do this. Quite honestly, manufacturing in the United States is expensive. Because we have it all under one roof, it allows us to be able to do the kinds of things like the new Madone that would probably not be possible if we weren't doing that here at home.
If we outsource all of the doing, eventually we will outsource all of the knowing. Our head R&D engineer came from manufacturing. He knows how to make a bike, not just how to design a bike. We're capable of making everything it takes to make a really great bicycle in-house, and all of that collaboration allows us to make something that's so special. Really, if you make a great frame and then you bolt somebody's crappy fork and somebody's bad handlebar on it, you have a bad bike. The whole front end was developed around solving that problem of how are we going to make it faster than any other bike, but how are we going to do it in a way that doesn't compromise the rider's need for steering and handling. By hiding all the cables, by developing an all-new spacer stack, and by developing an all-new fork and head tube area of the frame, we're able to put all the cables inside, and that saved us over 40 grams of drag. We could have hoarded it. We could have said, hey, we'll take that and we'll make the head tube narrow and we'll beat everybody even more in aerodynamics out there. But we decided to trade that chip in for the rider's handling. Trek's been making brakes for a long time. We knew it had to be centerful. We knew it had to have independent arm adjust. We knew it had to fit perfectly sleekly with the frame. In order to kind of accomplish the ease of use piece, we need access to this area. Let's just make a door. It serves a functional purpose. It helps us achieve all of our other goals as well. When we codenamed this project Ultimate Race Bike, Ultimate Race Bike means ultimate race bike. It means that in a size 56 with an SRM and Aeolus 5 wheels, it's going to weigh the UCI weight limit. It's going to be 6.9 kilos, ready to rock, ready to race. There's going to be no penalty for the racer to go to this bike.
Yeah, so Fabian's been asking for something that was a little bit more aero, and the ISO speed has always been a really good weapon for him in the classic races, but in between all those cobble sectors, there's high-speed racing. When Fabian lights up and says, I need to race this tomorrow, yeah, it's exciting to see him have so much enthusiasm.
The instant reaction of, oh, can I race it tomorrow, sort of interaction that we had with him was the justification that we needed. It has to be about the benefit to the rider. Fastest, best riding aero bike available, period. You don't need to know anything more than that.